Hello everyone, I am William and welcome back to American Truck Simulator. Today we'll be taking a look at the brand new state of Louisiana. Specifically, I'm looking to get a delivery to Baton Rouge to pick up Bordeaux the Bear. And I'd also like to see if I can find some of the bayous that Louisiana is famous for, which I believe should be down here in this area south of New Orleans. And immediately there is a delivery right here to Baton Rouge, so let's go take it. I've turned the wrong way getting out of the mechanic shop that I respawned at. We're off to a flying start today. Oh, that's a red light. I got lost in my own world there. Hello, I hear you have a delivery to Baton Rouge that I would like to take and connect it up. Let's make sure that we can actually see some Louisiana. So let's just add a marker there and see where that routes us. It routes us down Interstate 49 and I may have hit an ambulance because I took the turn wide. I'm sorry. Hopefully the patient hasn't died. I'd say American Truck Simulator is a bit harder than Euro Truck Simulator because in American Truck Simulator you have a hood in front of you, but in Euro Truck Simulator it's just a completely flat front. So in Euro Truck Simulator you have a very good idea of where the cars in front of you are and where your front's going. In American Truck Simulator you don't really. It'd be fun if they ever made Australian Truck Simulator where you have both. Hi, sorry, I'm just gonna cut over through across all lanes of traffic. There's just something in the road up here. Hello. Where is all this water pressure coming from? I could understand if it was a fire hydrant, but it's clearly coming from a storm drain. Or a sewer drain. That's probably a sewer drain, in which case that's disgusting. And we are on the freeway toward Louisiana. Definitely seems to be a bit of a swamp here. Not in Louisiana yet, we're still in Texas, but I think that would constitute an bayou. Not sure about that. That train just popped into existence. I'm not entirely sure what the difference is between a bayou and a swamp, other than bayou sounds better. Or maybe it's like the difference between soup and stew, which the bayou is more chunky. This was a terrible metaphor. I believe that is the last exit in Texas. From here on out, it's all new territory. And there's the sign. Welcome to Louisiana. We've arrived in Shreveport. Guessing there's a big river that comes up through here, since it's definitely not right on the Gulf Coast. Looks like here we're turning off onto Interstate 49. There's some water. That is some quite lovely water. Looks like we're coming up on yet another town. Oh, there it is. What did that say? Natchitoches. Is that how you pronounce it? Natchitoches? It's Arkansas all over again. It's not Arkansas, it's Arkansas. There's MacArthur Drive. And I don't think I can take it, 'cause it took so long to bake it, and I'll never have the recipe again. Oh! Excuse me. We've discovered Alexandria. That's a name I know how to pronounce. We got a bridge over a road. Oh, I've crashed into the wall. It's pay attention to the road. I hear frogs. I'm apparently running out of fuel and running out of time to rest. That is not a winning combination. Time to turn onto Interstate 10 toward Baton Rouge. I've discovered Lafayette. Looks like we are crossing over something. I think this is the bayou. And according to that, there's a viewpoint right there. There's a parking lot there. I'm guessing that's where the viewpoint is. You don't just get off the freeway. But speaking of which, I should get off the freeway here, since there is a rest stop here that we can go to. Let's just turn into the truck center here and get some rest. And now it's 2 in the morning. This isn't like Nordic Horizons where it's light all the time. Now it is just pitch dark. Anyway, onward to Baton Rouge. There's some interchanges here. I think that means we are arriving in Baton Rouge. And that looks like a fancy suspension bridge coming up, or a fancy truss bridge anyway. We've arrived in Baton Rouge, even though the game hasn't quite admitted it yet. Let's take the scenic route through town. There we go. We have discovered Baton Rouge. I believe that in front of us is the Louisiana State Capitol building. That's a fun building. I like how you can change the time and weather in photo mode. To be honest, one of the big reasons I wanted to come through town was to see if I could find the Baton Rouge. If I recall correctly, there is a statue that is just a big red pole that was here a long time ago, and that's what the city was named after. And here we are at our destination depot. Luckily, this is a driver's side turn, so it should be fairly easy. Beautiful. Bordeaux the Bear has been acquired. Now let's go find a service station to equip him. There's one. Ooh, there's another bridge over there. Seems to be floating slightly. Anyway, we have made it to the service station. Hello there, Bordeaux. I'm glad you could join us. Right, first question. Can I get out of here without driving all the way over here? No. So, next up, I think we'll try to get a better look at the bayou, and I believe that'll come from these short ferries down here. There's one here to the Vortex Depot in Port Fortune, and there's one over here to the Namek Depot in Houma. So I couldn't find any routes over the ferries, so let's just take this delivery to New Orleans and see if we can have better luck there. Right, need to take this road a little bit and then turn around somewhere so I could head back to Baton Rouge. Luckily, I did just look it up. It looks like Louisiana is one of the states that allows U-turns, provided it is safe and legal to do so. Right, I thought this would be another traffic light. Looks like it's not. But let's try to make a U-turn. I don't see any signs that say we can't. I'm creating a small backup doing this questionably legal maneuver because I'm just waiting for the coast to be clear on both lanes. There we go. Flawless. Bordeaux, you saw nothing. Back over this bridge. Hello. I hear you have some sort of crane that you'd like me to take to New Orleans. Or that you want taken to New Orleans, and I'm here to do it. Seems to have spawned in at a bit of an angle. I don't think I've seen that before. Oh, you're asking me to go back across the bridge and turn around? Alright, looks like we're going back over the bridge again. Actually, that road ahead of us isn't blocked off. I kind of want to see if we can get back that way. So where does this road go? It just leads back here. Oh, that was a mandatory left turn. This was clearly the correct way to do this left turn. On to Interstate 10 and over the bridge. There's a barge down there. Nice. Turning off. Pulling off here to turn around in an area that I questionably have enough space for. Getting back onto the main road and back over the bridge. And now we are finally leaving Baton Rouge and heading on to New Orleans. I've discovered New Orleans. And there's a big dome for dome-related purposes. Off the freeway, I seem to have arrived at the New Orleans Convention Center. Hi, ambulance. Looks like we are taking this crane to a cargo terminal. Why are there two separate crossing signals here? Why is there one right behind the other one? Pull my crane up. That isn't even remotely in the space, but it's close enough. Still couldn't find a delivery to take us across the ferry directly, but I did find this delivery, which should get us close. Hopefully that should take us through Bayou Country anyway. Connecting the trailer up. And we are on our way, and back on to the freeway. Now that's a skyline shot if I ever saw one. And over yet another bridge. Looks like we got our exit coming up here toward Thibodaux and Leeville. Definitely pronouncing one of those wrong. Probably both. Ow! I took that a little wide. And just got stopped immediately. I did not expect that. Definitely looking very watery around here. Got some ships over there. Looks like we got a toll plaza coming up. Oh, look at that bridge. That bridge is very bridge. I think we are officially in... Honestly, I think the bayou is at the very start. I think this is officially the delta. Don't know if this is also bayou. This is quite the long bridge. Just a road built on stilts. Fun fact, why a lot of these low-lying bridges have the big arches like that. It's so that they can have boats that pass underneath. I've discovered Port Fortune. Here's some houses on stilts, which were built that way in case of hurricane floodwaters. Here is the turnoff for our delivery into Rockport. This is quite the large port. Something tells me they ship more than just rocks. So let's just line up our trailer over here. Don't drive off the edge. And just back in ever so lovely. There we go. Now let's see what this ferry is all about. So it looks like that road just ends over there. I'm guessing, is the bridge out and then they're running a replacement ferry? This is quite the small ferry. Just gonna hop on and see where it takes me. Whee! And we're there. And with that, I think I'll leave it here. This has been American Truck Simulator Louisiana. I'd like to thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you again real soon.